Hey everyone, Rob Wise Guy 82 here. This is going to be my contest entry video for Undisputed Frost. He is graciously hosting a 100 subscriber contest, 100 plus subscriber contest, and has asked us to show our Holy Grail book. He showed a couple of awesome ones, man. That is so cool. Showed his New Mutants 98, first Deadpool, and then that super awesome Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Green Ranger. I think that was the 1 in 50, and then the white one was the 1 in 100. So cool, brother. That is awesome that you were able to get that. Hopefully they didn't bend you over a barrel, Pulp Fiction style, to get it. I had the opportunity when that first Wednesday that it came out at my shop. They had the green one for $35, and then the white one for $50. But if you bought them both, you could have got them for $35 a piece. That would have been awesome to see that one coming, because I damn sure would have done that. Well, obviously, who wouldn't? But anyways, awesome books. So, Holy Grail books. You can see I got these right here, guys, are the ones so far this year for my list. Holy Grails may mean a little something different people. Obviously, the references to the Grail in the Bible, what is it? Indiana Jones style. Total brain fart right there. Sorry, guys. But so it, unattainable. I like that was a good description, a good descriptive word that somebody used in one of their videos for their entry. So for me, my Holy Grail is my Hulk 180, first cameo of Wolverine, and then the one that everybody loves even more is the 181, first full appearance. For me, the first one that I would like is this one, because Herb Trimpe is the one who did that awesome first introduction to him. It's a big ass panel. It's he speaks in it. It's the very last one on the page. It's awesome. They did a great homage to it for all new Wolverine with Laura Kinney. That was so cool. They put her in the same pose. So those would be my Holy Grails, and then these other 1 through 10s. These are Grail books. Then you got your mini Grail books, things like that. That's kind of how I've been seeing these books. So these ones back here are all for sure Grail books. I do have a couple of Holy Grails, because obviously I don't have the 180 or the 181, but I still have books that I am just completely blown away to have. So we'll tell, he asked us to tell a little bit of story about it too. So the first one that I'm going to show is my copy of Wolverine #1. This is the 4-issue miniseries put out in, what does that say there? September in 1982. So I was born in 82, but February. So, birth year. But, in and of itself, this may not be the hardest book to get. This one, particularly, though, is slabbed. This is a 9.6. So there's all kinds of stuff going on here, guys. I'll tell you about it, and then I'll tell you a little story, because it took me months to get this. So we've got signed by Stanley. Come on. Signed by Stanley 8/23/14. Whoever initially did this put some work into it. And then signed by one of the creators, Len Wein, on 8/30/14. And then Louis Simonson and Joe Rubinstein on 9/6/14. And then, I think one of them were the creators too, or Chris Claremont. But I don't have his signature on this yet. And then another creator signed and sketched by Herb Trimpe on 9/7/2014. 9.6 white pages. This is the first solo Wolverine comic. Yukio cameo on the last page. Chris Claremont's story. Frank Miller, Joe Rubenstein. That's one of the signatures on here. Cover and art. So what is that? I think that might mean that Frank Miller for the cover, Joe Rubenstein for the art inside. So the only two that I need to get still on this would be Chris Claremont and Frank Miller. But, so, this is his first solo series, so this is definitely a Grail book for me. This is also my first Stan Lee signature. So for every new collector, they're, getting their first Stan Lee signature is definitely a holy grail. Right next to it, though, like I've said before, it's good to have it, kind of the godfather of Marvel, but he didn't create Wolverine, so. But Mr. Len Wein right next to him, and I like how he did that. Put it right next to Stan Lee's, because, he's one of the creators. He should have front and center. Len Wein right here. The man, kind of hard to see, but he did it right under his eyes, or right through, the center of his face. Herb Trimp. There is Herb Trimp's little Wolverine sketch coming out of the claws. Fantastic. I love the placement. I'm glad he didn't do it on a dark area. And then we've got Rubenstein right there, right on the claw. And then Louis Simonson, a little bit tough to see, but Louis Simonson right there, right under the mouth. So Chris Claremont, Frank Miller is the only signatures missing from here, but I can get this cracked, and I think that would be freaking awesome to have done one of these days. So I really look forward to that. But this is absolutely a holy grail for me. Can't believe I had it. So I was looking for, I saw this, the first time I saw this book, the guy had it up for $600. And the next time he, maybe like a month later or something, I saw it again. But this time, because it had come and gone, but this time he had it for an auction. And the auction was starting at $350. You get $250 less. Okay, so that piqued my attention a little bit more. So, I followed it. It had it was one of the longer ones. I think it was like 6 or 9 days or something. So I got down to the last few hours, and, obviously I wasn't about to bid on it, but I told him, I said, listen, I've been watching this book for a little while, and I'm going to start saving up. I said, it's not that I don't want you to sell this, but it may take me a while. I hope I see this in the future. And I just sent him a message, and he was like, man, that's awesome. He goes, good luck. He goes, maybe I'll see it down the road. So I, kept it in my watch list so that, every time that it would pop up or every time that it would, the time would run out on something, when he would put it back up, it would obviously send me a little update. So finally, it came up again. This was like almost, 2.5 months. Heck, maybe a little bit longer. Between 2 and 3 months later, I was saving up, putting away every week for this book. And he did it again. He had it up for, he had an auction that he had just put it up for, except this time I think he had it up for $400. So, obviously the first time he had it up for $350. So basically what I did is I put an offer in. I didn't, he had because it was an auction. I said, listen, we'll let this one run out. I said, or no, wait a minute. No, it wasn't I'm sorry, guys. It was a buy it now or a best offer. Sorry about that. For $400 or best offer. So I sent him a note. I said, how about $350 or $300 shipped? I heard back a little bit later. He goes, put in the offer. I go, oh my God. I start freaking out. So I think, something crazy happened to where right when I was going to put in my offer, because I was so excited I wasn't paying attention, I think my battery died or something. I freaked out. It was like a classic stupid little scenario. Ooh, here we go, guys. Perfect. Silence. Okay. So I'm freaking out. You know, everything, it was horrible. I'm freaking out. Finally, I get my phone charged up. I put in the offer. You know, it was a little bit late at night, not too late, but, you know, I didn't hear from him right away after I put in my offer, so I started freaking out. You know, I figured I'd heard back from him right away. He didn't get back to me till like mid-afternoon. Accepted the offer. Everything went through, so it was perfect. It took me about 3 months to get it. Everything worked out perfect. It was awesome. Definitely a Holy Grail book. Got the next one. So this one, obviously, I knew that I wanted from the beginning. The first Wolverine books. And then, obviously, a Stan Lee. So the next one of the first independent books I read, one of the first trade paperbacks was Preacher. So this was definitely a Holy Grail that I didn't know I wanted until I read that. And then I spent probably about 6 months trying to get this. And every time, outbid, out of my range. Not the quality. The book wasn't in the condition that I wanted. Especially, you know, after I, you know, realized just how much I really loved this book. The hell. But yeah, so Preacher #1, amazing copy. With a pressing, I don't see why I won't. At the bare minimum, a 9.4. So yeah, it took me forever to get this book, and finally, I just you know, one of those auctions. It was real late. I put in a number, and it went probably about $50 or $60 under my max bid. So I got it for a lot less than I was, you know, willing. You know, I was, you know, stretching as far as I could, but, you know, luckily it came in quite a bit under. So this is definitely one of the Holy Grails that I didn't know that I wanted. You know, another one would obviously be, I love The Walking Dead. #1 of that would be amazing to have. And then obviously for a modern day, but then, well, I guess the other's a modern day too, but the Wolverine, or Hulk 180, and then 181. So, got a Wolverine first miniseries, 1982, and then Preacher #1. Yeah, guys, so hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Sure was a little bit longer than I thought, but it was a cool story. That was pretty funny, me spazzing out and phone dying. It was crazy. It was perfect. It was awesome. So everything worked out great. Like I said, guys, you know, it took me a long time to get it. Somebody could have swooped in and taken this book at any time. And, you know, it just worked out. It was meant to be. And this one, too. This was one that, you know, I think one other person was bidding on it. And they just ran out of time. And I had it. I got it. So, yeah, real quick if you want to see, guys. Because it really is a really badass copy. Let's see. Yeah. The fire is so awesome. Yeah, that's a badass copy. Preacher #1. That's definitely one of the first ones going to CGC. Because I'm going to have him sign it for sure. And then that would just be amazing. Maybe like right here for Chris Claremont and Frank Miller. How cool would that be? Alright, guys. This is going on for too long. It's almost 15 minutes now. Undisputed Frost. Give him a sub. Show him some love. He's got some great stuff. He's a real great member of this community. He does a lot of trades with people, I've heard. Just an awesome guy. Yeah. Can't wait to get to know everybody a little better. I'm relatively new to his channel, so yeah. Peace, love, and comics. And here's to you guys getting your grails. God bless.